I came into Essex and Suffolk Water as a graduate trainee and had quite a broad foundation. I worked through many different departments, so got a great experience of the breadth of work the water company does. I then became a project manager, so I worked on investment and construction projects on treatment works. And after a couple of years of working on construction sites, I did an MSc in civil engineering to further my knowledge in that field, and then thought I would try my hand at people management, not something that I'd tried before, and had thought that I perhaps would go down more of a technical route. But I spent a year as a team leader on one treatment works in Suffolk and loved it, loved the balance of the technical side and the people management side. So when the role of treatment works manager came up for me in Essex, it was something that I had to go for, and I've loved it since I've started in January.
So just take us through your role as a treatment works manager. You can be perhaps supervising the fixing of a pipe on site to also checking the dosing of chemicals, can't you? It's quite a varied role. Tell us about what you do.
Yeah, so the team that I look after take care of the water from where we abstract it from rivers and boreholes right through to putting it out into the distribution network. So it is really varied. We're doing a lot of civil work, mechanical work, but also quite a lot of involved electrical work as well. And as you say, we do deal with quite a lot of hazardous chemicals as well. So there's a lot of health and safety processes that we need to make sure we comply with.
So what would your advice be to someone who's starting out, leaving the education system? How would they perhaps approach engineering or a scientific sort of job?
I'd advise them to take any opportunity that they get, not worry about whether it's a field that they think they're going to stay in for life or a field that they thought they were going to do when they were little. No one tends to know where they'll end up, and I certainly didn't aim to become a treatment works manager when I left university, but I knew that I wanted to do something that had a balance of outdoor work as well as work indoors and more on the strategy side. So when a practical job came along, I thought I'd give that a try. So I just advise people to follow their interests. If they can do some voluntary work in the time between university and getting their first job, that always looks great, because you've shown enthusiasm and passion for getting involved.
Would you say that was more your personality type, that you were more of an outdoors sort of person?
I tend to be, yeah. I do a lot of sport. I like to keep fit, and I like to have a practical element to my role as well as the more number crunching side, I suppose.
Because how much would you say your role is office based and how much would you say is out in the field, and do you find it physically demanding?
I'd probably say about 20% of it is outdoors, if I'm honest with myself. I would love to spend more time outside, but I'd probably say it was an 80-20 balance. So it's not physically demanding, but certainly the people that work for me that are based on the site, and also the team leaders, have a lot of physical demands on them as well. So I kind of luck in when I can, but at the same time I've lots of requirements of me in meetings, in offices, and making sure that I'm working to the best for my team, really.
You're also a STEM ambassador, and you go into schools and talk about your experience and things like that. So just tell us a little bit about that side of your kind of work.
Yeah, so I like to try and encourage children to get involved, particularly in the scientific and technical side of things, and particularly engineering. As you know, there are less women in that field. So I go along to sort of careers evenings and chat not only to the children but to parents as well, because until you know what's out there, how do you know what career you want to do? And certainly in the water industry, you'd never imagine what's behind the water that comes out of your tap.